Today's video is about how to get the stink out of your workout clothes. I'll talk about one of my favorite products I use, as well as share my DIY recipe for an activewear soak that you can easily make with ingredients you probably already have around your home. I'm Larissa. I'm the owner and founder of Criteria Vintage, a New York City based and online vintage shop. And here on this channel, I share clothing care tips. I take you along on my sourcing and thrifting adventures, as well as talk all things vintage clothing. If you're into content like that, make sure to like, subscribe so you don't miss out on next time. I think so many of us can relate to that feeling of putting on our freshly washed gym clothes only to feel like we are wearing the stench of yesterday's workout. So how can that be? If this clothing has already gone through the wash, what is this lingering odor in the fibers of our clothing? Well, as much as sweat is this badge of honor after a workout, it's also the culprit of the smell. Our body is covered in bacteria, and when bacteria from certain parts of our body mixes with sweat, it can cause an unpleasant odor. Modern athletic clothing is made from tightly wound synthetic fibers, and what basically happens is that this sweat and bacteria gets trapped inside of these fibers, and it takes a special soak or a special detergent to release this so that the garment can be fully clean. The absolute best way to remove stench from gym clothes, from any synthetic fibers, is to use a special detergent that includes enzymes. The magic power of enzymes is that it breaks down the proteins and oil from sweat into smaller pieces, releasing it from the garment, making the garment easier to be cleaned. Now, there are actually a lot of products on the market that are targeting people who want to get their athletic apparel clean and stink-free. But today I'm going to talk about the one that I use and love, which is activewear laundry detergent. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. This is literally just what I use. I love this one because it contains enzymes, it doesn't have any harsh chemicals, which is really important to me as someone who's doing laundry all the time for my vintage business. It's made in the USA, and most importantly, it works. So you can use this by putting it into your washing machine and running it with your regular cycle, or you can use it as a soak after your workout. I have it linked below if you'd like to try it, but if you're someone who's not ready to run out and try something that you've bought online and you want to try a DIY method, then stay tuned, follow along. I'm going to share the other way that I get the stink out of gym clothes.
You will need 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of super washing soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, 1 teaspoon of laundry soap or Castile soap, 2 drops of lime essential oil, and 2 drops of tea tree essential oil. It's best to wash your synthetics in cold water, but for really stinky clothes, use warmer water. The baking soda helps to break up particles left over by old detergent and breaks up the hard water that locks in odor-causing bacteria. Super washing soda acts as a solvent to break down the proteins in sweat and also softens the water to suspend the grime in the dirty water. Since we're using this solution as a soap, the salt can help maintain the color in your garments. The small amount of hydrogen peroxide is used in conjunction with the baking soda to remove odors. Our Castile soap is acting as our surfactant, which will help all the ingredients mix and get into the fibers of the material. And while they're definitely not a replacement for a proprietary enzyme blend, both these essential oils, lime and tea tree, pack a powerful punch, helping to clean, sanitize, and deodorize our garment. Before placing your clothing in the water, make sure all ingredients are mixed well, especially if you're using water that is on the colder side. Now it's time to place your stinky gym clothes into the water and the solution. You'll want to spend about 1 to 2 minutes agitating the water to make sure that all of the solution gets fully worked into the fibers of your garment. If you regularly clean your gym clothes the right way, you'll want to do this soak for about 30 minutes. For clothing that has a really bad stink, you'll want to let it soak for up to 4 hours. Once your soak time is complete, dump the dirty water into the tub and then thoroughly rinse each garment. If you have the ability to throw the clothes into a rinse cycle, you can just quickly rinse and then throw into your machine. Otherwise, you want to make sure that you get all of the soap and solution out of your clothing before hanging to dry. This DIY solution leaves your workout clothing clean and odor-free. Moving forward, here are some pro tips to prevent your workout clothing from stinking in the future. Always wash your activewear after every use. Don't wear it twice, and turn it inside out before washing. If you don't have time to do a full soak, do a quick rinse out in the sink and hang your items to dry before placing in the hamper. Speaking of the hamper, don't roll your sweaty clothing up and leave them in a dark hamper where the bacteria can grow. The best practice is to throw your workout clothes into a soak using an enzyme detergent after each workout. I hope you found this video useful. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and come back for more clothing care videos just like this.